In this video, I'm going to show you how to hook up the Tribe One PackNet to a standard backpacking pack. Now the PackNet comes with 6 attachment points that are called PackTaches. And these PackTaches get distributed on the outside of the bag. And the most ideal places for those are going to be 2 at the top on each side of the lid. We're going to put 1 on each side of the bag about midway through the bag. And then we're going to put 2 at the bottom. And depending on the gear you're carrying in your PackNet, it may determine where you set the bottom PackTaches. But we'll cover that later on in the video. Alright, now I'm going to show you how to attach the PackTach to a bag. You're going to need access to the inside of your bag because that's where the PackTach actually goes. I'm going to take the carabiner off the PackTach here, and it's important to hold the carabiner in one hand and the PackTach in the other. And it works best if you hold the PackTach just like this, and you want to make sure that when you put this on the inside of your bag that the face of the PackTach is against the material. Now I'm going to show you out without the material really quick how this works. I'm going to open up the carabiner and I'm just going to put it through the first hole and out the second hole, just fish hook it back. And that gives me my locking mechanism. So now let's do it from the inside of the bag. I want to identify with my finger here where that first hole is. And all you need to have is slack. So as I start to feed that in there, the pack material will feed through the slot. And what it's done here is it hasn't put a hole in my fabric, but has pushed the fabric behind the carabiner. Now the carabiner is locked on the bag, giving me my hooking point. As you can see here from the inside, carabiner's here. The PackTach just keeps the carabiner from pulling back out. And this is how you connect the PackTach to a bag. Now that I've shown you how to connect the PackTach to a bag, we're going to go ahead and set them around the bag here. And like I mentioned before, the most ideal spots are going to be on the top here, and you can see I've already set the 3 on this side. So we've got 1 on the top. And what I like to do is I'll come on the inside of my lid's pocket here and put my PackTach on the inside and hook my carabiner there. You want to be careful not to put it too close to the edge of your lid's material. The next spot here is I've put a PackTach about midway through my bag, and I do this because I want to line this up with the center of where my net's going to be, which is dead center on my bag. Now a lot of packs have a side pocket, and you can't put the PackTach in the inside of the side pocket, which works really well. This particular bag doesn't have pockets, so we're just going to put it on the side. And then on the bottom here, you can see I've come in from the bottom, and I put the PackTach as far back as I could get it, and as far to the back corner as I could get it too, so I get a nice spread on it. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and put the other 3 PackTaches on so you can kind of see how easy it is to do this. Take the first one off. Again, I'm going to open up the lid zipper here, bring my PackTach on the inside. There's my top pack right there. Close this back up. Take my second PackTach. Make sure I'm lined up with the one on the other side. Connect that one. And then once again the bottom one. Feed it through there. Okay, now I've got my 6 attachment points around the bag. 2 on the top, 2 on the sides, and 2 on the bottom. So in the next video we're going to show you how to attach the net to the bag. Alright, now that I've got my bag stuffed out, I can go ahead and put the net on. And it's important to note that it usually works best to put your PackTaches on before you stuff your gear out. As you can see here, I've unbinded the net. And the net here, each leg of it has 2 loops. And these loops are made for adjustments to the net if you need it. What I usually do is start out by hooking my inner loops first. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by setting my side loops first, just so I've got my net centered up on the bag. So I'm going to take the first loop, hook it to the carabiner on the one side, take my second loop, hook it to this side, and I'm going to go ahead and hook up the bottom loops. And at this point you should start getting some stretch out of the PackNet. Hook up my second loop down here. As you can see, I've got the extra loops hanging here. We're just going to leave them hanging here for now so I can show you how those work in a minute. Then I'm going to come up and do my 2 top loops. 1 and 2. Now, some people question sometimes hooking it to your lid, and will you be able to get your lid open if you need to get into your bag? And you can by simply undoing your top loop and just undoing your bag there. So, now that you can see I've got the net on the bag, and it's pretty much now ready for me to stuff gear into it.